Let's talk about the most aggressive teams trying to trade up with the Bears for that number one overall pick. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports all back at it with another video talking, of course, my NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, please do hit the big red subscribe button. I promise you, you will not regret it. Okay, so let's talk about this, people. So we actually now know that there are three teams that have been the most aggressive, and two of them have already made offers to the Bears for the number one overall pick. Who are these three teams? Let's talk about it, right? So the first two teams are the Colts and the Panthers. All right. And this is from Peter King, who again did that interview with Ryan Poles. That was a great read. And he talked about the fact that he was confident that he knew what those two teams are that are the most aggressive in that article that he did. And he basically talked about it in the article. And he basically said the following, and I quote, "The aggressors are Indianapolis and Carolina. The Colts have had a different starting quarterback 5 years in a row and haven't won a playoff game in the last 4 seasons. GM Chris Ballard's on the gun, and he knows it. I think he if he falls in love with one of the top passers, he'll overpay for him." And then Carolina's the other team. Their owner, David Tepper, has made it clear internally he wants a long-term answer at quarterback, and he wants it now. And so these are the two teams that he kind of mentioned. And there's also another team, and that team is the Tennessee Titans. And this is coming from Jeff Hughes of the Bears blog, who I've talked to you guys about. Jeff was all over last offseason with the Bears, and I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt until proven otherwise, because he's been spot on about a lot of things. And he said that the two teams that Poles has already gotten offers from, Titans, Panthers. All right, so here we go. Titans, Panthers have already made offers. The Colts, we know, are very aggressive in it. And it's looking like these might be the three final teams. Remember, I've been telling you guys that I don't know why it feels like the Texans just aren't aggressive because of how their GM Nick Caserio is. And I didn't really think maybe that they would be the team that the Bears would trade with. I mean, clearly they need a quarterback too, but maybe they're thinking we're definitely going to get somebody because they're picking at 2, right? So they technically don't have to trade up if they don't really care who they get between Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, etc. And so you really have these three teams. Indy, Carolina, and Tennessee, surprising to me. They're outside the top 10, but obviously they want a long-term answer at quarterback because Ryan Tannehill, they're ready to move on from him, and Malik Willis is not the guy. What's interesting to me is that Ryan Poles already has 2 offers, that we know. And if he has these 2 offers and he hasn't taken them yet, then that means they're either not good enough or he's waiting for other offers. And besides these 3 teams, I mean, again, the Colts haven't come with their offer yet. Maybe they will. Are there any other teams that Ryan Poles could be waiting on? The Raiders are out there. I think they pick at 7. The Falcons are out there. We haven't heard anything about them. They pick at 8. And then obviously you got the Panthers at 9. The Jets aren't going to be in the race here. They're trying to go after Aaron Rodgers. And then every other team really, to me, seems pretty irrelevant. So really, we're talking about the Colts, who, we don't know if they made an offer yet, but they definitely are going to be very aggressive. And then the other 2 teams, the Raiders and the Falcons. I don't think the Falcons will make an offer. The Raiders maybe, but I doubt it. I think it'll be one of these 3 teams. And I think the most aggressive team, believe it or not, I think is the Carolina Panthers. I think they are the ones that want that number 1 overall pick more than anything. The Colts, yes, I totally agree that they should be that team, but I think the Panthers now are getting very desperate here because they're all the way at number 9. The Colts could still end up staying at 4 and getting a quarterback. They might not love who they get, but they could get a quarterback. At 9, you're pretty much kind of gone at that point with the quarterbacks. And so the Panthers could be the most aggressive team. So it'll be interesting to see here. But Ryan Poles has said he wants, a haul. And I think the team that will give him that haul, to me, if I had to pick from one of these 3 teams, I think the team is the Carolina Panthers. So the more and more I'm reading and hearing about, these teams that are being the most aggressive, and the fact that the Panthers have already made an offer, I think the Panthers have kind of leapfrogged to me as a team that I think will end up making that trade with the Bears. Now, the one downside of that is you go from 1 to 9, and it's hard to trade down more after that. You don't want to get out of the top 10. You know, it'd be better if they traded with the Colts and then the Panthers, so that could still happen. But we'll see. We'll see. But ideally, you'd want Bears to trade with the Colts now because Poles wants to trade before free agency, and then trade the 4 pick to the Panthers for number 9. That's ideally what you would want. But maybe the Panthers just want the number 1 overall pick. Maybe they don't want the number 4 overall pick, and so you just go from 1 to 9. So we'll see what happens here, but a lot of great nuggets here, a lot of development here. 3 teams, the most aggressive, Colts, Titans, and Panthers. 2 Panthers, Titans already made offers. Ryan Poles looks like he's waiting on a couple teams to see what else he can get. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below as always. Thanks for watching.